Cameras are up and we're good. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to the Full Send Half Mast Podcast, episode 54. Tonight, we are going to be doing a little bit of a Rolex 24 recap, as well as preview this weekend's clash at the Coliseum because NASCAR is back. Got a little bit of news to cover, some interesting stuff to talk about there. We'll go into a full preview or review of the Pilot Challenge Series as well as the Rolex 24. Got the Driver of the Week, Bonehead of the Week segments are back again officially for this year. We'll also go over some points after the Rolex 24 in the IMSA GTP class, as well as a few other things we'd like to talk about here as well this evening. But first off, Tom, how are you doing, man?
Oh man. So far this week has kind of sucked, but look, I'm so happy to have this podcast. It's so much fun to just come on here and just talk about the crap. I can't wait till all the seasons start.
Oh, me too. We're like getting right there to the nitty gritty. We're like, what, a little over a month away from some IndyCar Formula One and World Endurance Championship. Super exciting. Super exciting time. And I can't wait to preview or recap this Rolex 24. There's a lot I want to talk about here, and it's gonna be
That's
dandy.
a lot to unpack.
So stick around. And also, one more thing before I get a quick word from our sponsor. We're also gonna be doing our spin wheel tonight. So one of you lucky public subscribers is gonna win yourself a Dega Boys t-shirt. So how about that? Alrighty, let's get a quick word from our sponsor, and then we'll get going here. W Energy Blends, introducing Neurofactor, an all-natural coffee cherry extract to help fill you with energy, laser focus, and fast reflexes. Provides concentration with important aminos and vitamins without the crash that ordinary canned energy drinks just cannot provide. Try amazing flavors such as Dragonade, Dub Sludge, Galaxy Grenade, and my personal favorite, Beach and Peach. Buy the starter pack today, including 2 flavors in a shake cup for an extremely low price. Follow the link in the description below and use promo code DEGABOYS for 10% off your order. Thanks to Dubby for your continued sponsorship of the Degaboys broadcasting channel. Alrighty. We're going to start off this evening with some news. So this week, it was announced that Trevor Bayne was signed on with Legacy Motor Club as driver optimization leader, and Corey Haim signed with Legacy Motor Club as well as their sim and reserve driver. I guess, what's your opinion on this whole driver optimization leader? What is that? That sounds so fake, so made up.
Look, all I can say is, even if it's I don't know, just kind of like a fill-in or a fill spot or something like that, they're grabbing all the right guys. I feel like Trevor Bayne didn't have that great of a career. He won the Daytona 500, but so didn't Austin Cindric. But besides the point, I think that they're really just beefing up their leadership crew, and to be honest, I think it's a great move. They've got lots of experience at the helm of leadership. I mean, they got Jimmy Johnson. The Petties are still somewhat involved, even though they're kind of outdated. I get that. But what we can say is that experience in the leadership is there. Sometimes that's all you need, especially when you're trying to turn around a program like Petty.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's a good move for the team and these drivers. I just don't understand the names of these positions. They're just making
I don't
up
either.
at this point.
I think it's just a fill position. I really do. But again, look, they even got Kenseth.
Yeah,
that was a phenomenal move.
Yeah, and then they go and pick up $1 million worth of sponsorship from multiple companies. I mean, Jimmy Johnson in 9 races this year. I mean, crazy moves that Legacy Motor Club is making. They're switched to Toyota now. I mean, you look at teams like Spire and Legacy Motor Club, and then you look at Colleague, and it's like 2 opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that Petty, with all the moves that they're making, all the leadership that they're bringing in, they're going to be like the ultimate underdog this year. Ultimate.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch for sure. And then I guess speaking of Colleague, it was announced that Josh Williams will be part-time in the number 16 Colleague car in the Cup Series starting this weekend at the Clash. How less than a year can change a man's life, dude? This guy parks it in Atlanta like 11 months ago. And now he's running.
All you need to do is just park it on the racetrack. That's all you need to do. And then throw a peace sign as you're walking away.
Sometimes that's all it takes to become a celebrity. Yeah, you just got to do something outlandish and people just gravitate towards that.
I loved it.
I did too, man. I'm happy for him. I mean, honestly, he took a really bad situation and turned it into gold. Not a lot of people can do that. So that's
right.
Great move there by his team and by him especially to make this happen. And we'll talk more about that here when we get to the preview of the Busch Light Clash this weekend. Also, this was another thing that I thought was huge move here. Mobil 1 and Toyota with this massive partnership. They're not only going to be sponsoring anything Toyota in NASCAR, but they're also sponsoring like the dirt programs with the USAC Midget Series, all the Cup Series stuff. I mean, wow. The investment that Toyota's making towards, or Mobil 1's making towards Toyota, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, W, for sure. If I was like Chevrolet or Ford, I'd be kind of embarrassed.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, they're like, "Where's our Mobil 1?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, and then a couple other things I want to talk about. First off, here, I want to do it in this order in specific. the AlphaTauri Toro Rosso Racing Bulls is now just RB. What happened? Like, you got like 10 different names.
They went from the coolest name in existence, Toro Rosso, to just dumpster fire.
That's crazy.
I don't
get it, man. I don't get it. The damn Racing Bulls, now it's RB. I mean, what, Sauber has Audi coming in, so I guess it's not really gonna be Sauber for much longer, but it just seems like an easy cop out. Like, they don't know what they want to be. They don't have a brand. I don't even think they know what their driver lineup's gonna be by 2026. I don't think they have any plans for the future. It's like a redheaded stepchild at this point. I don't know what is going on there. I have no idea.
Speaking of Sauber, what even is their name? Because I feel like
it's just like, Sauber this year.
It sounds well. They had kick and steak on it, or steak something.
Unless the check is cleared, I don't know if that's even a thing anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say, it just sounds like they were throwing in random crap because you might as well throw in like purple Kool-Aid or something. I don't know. It just seemed like they were just trying to throw everything at the book, or everything, but the book.
I think they should have just went with Alpha Toro Rosso. I think that would have been pretty damn cool. ATR, Art, or no, that would be. I was thinking Art, but it'd be ATR. Whatever. Alpha Toro Rosso would have been a perfect name. Let's just run it. Let's go with it. I don't like this whole RB now. What are they going to change it to next week? Like, what is your thought? We're going to be the Bulls of racing or something?
They're going to be the Bulls open-wheeled testosterone steroid purple Kool-Aid Formula One team.
Oh, man. Oh, man. And then speaking of Formula One is in talks, or maybe they did get it official. I was reading the article a couple days ago, but apparently Formula One has bought or is trying to pursue the purchase of buying the Chicago Grand Prix name to trademark it. That's weird.
I feel like that'd be a terrible race.
That track is not going to be a good F1 race.
They'd have to definitely change the track. Like,
they would have to. There's no way they're getting a grade A license for Formula One. There's no way. It's no way.
That's weird.
Not on that track. There's not even enough runoff areas at that track. Like, you're telling, like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. But maybe they're, I don't know. I don't think it's for the track per se. I think it's just a name because they probably want to eventually run something in Chicago. But I don't know. It's a weird scenario there. F1 and their trademarks. How many U.S. races are they going to do? They've got Vegas for 10 years, Miami for 10 years.
All of them.
Coda. Now they're looking at New York, Chicago. I mean, where else are they going to go? Seattle next? Like, what the hell's going on here?
Road America. Road America.
They will never.
That'd be phenomenal.
They would be amazing.
That would be phenomenal.
So.
Well, if they go to Seattle, they'd have to go through Chaz.
Yeah, Chaz.
I don't think that would work out too well.
Yeah, I don't think that would work out too well at all. Oh, man. That would be hilarious. I mean, it's like the Portland race a few years ago when they had all the protesters out there, the global warming.
I was there, and
you were the one that told me about it. That's right.
Yeah. Actually had some lady come up to me, and she was talking about my spiritual well-being and, like, talking about how I should be dancing in the clouds with pink elephants and stuff like that. I don't know. It was weird. It was really weird. There's some random lady wearing this really long, like, flowy skirt, just, like, chilling out in the paddock, dude. Has a hippie bandana and everything.
I should get access.
I don't know. I don't know. She's probably selling, like, some hemp products or something.
Yeah,
and
right.
Finally sold out and just started walking around, or maybe she just jumped the fence. I don't know. That was wild. Yeah, there was definitely people protesting the IndyCar race there. So, good luck, F1. You're trying to go to Portland.
Yeah. Oh, man. Alrighty. And then the final thing I want to talk about here, too, I guess speaking of protesters and whatnot, is the Laguna Seca lawsuit that's being filed by I guess it's this community. I was reading it earlier. Some community group
Whoa!
or
Stop!
organization.
Stop! Dude, Kyle Hendricks just gifted 5 memberships.
I did not see that. Holy
Oh,
cow!
dude, Kyle, GOAT.
Oh my goodness,
What a
Kyle.
G! Oh, I don't even know what to say. I am
My heart
beyond.
just pattered a little bit there. Holy cow, Kyle.
Wow.
Goodness be.
I don't even know what to say, bro. Thank
I'm
you.
shook.
I don't even know what to say, dude. I don't even know what to say. Oh, man.
Kyle.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kyle, my man.
We're gonna have to send Kyle a t-shirt. Oh my goodness. Kyle, you're the man, dude. Thank you so much.
Welcome
We
to
really
the channel,
appreciate it.
guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much. What's that? Bobby Dennis? Jay, Will Tingler, 51 Dragon? Wow. I don't even know what to say.
I don't either. I'm at a loss of words. He says the stream has a suspect serious delay or super serious delay. Yeah,
Probably.
I was wondering.
I just saw it.
I was wondering because when I first started the stream, it said that there was a little bit of encoding error. Hopefully it fixes itself here as we progress here tonight. All right, yeah, I'm lost of words. Oh my goodness. Alrighty.
Wow.
Hopefully that little bit of delay fixes itself. I know that a little bit of an encoding error. It's because every time OBS updates, something gets messed up. So hopefully it fixes itself or gets a little better as we progress here. I'm crossing my fingers. What was I talking about? Oh, Laguna Seca. Laguna Seca. Yes, let's talk about Laguna Seca. There is a community or a group of people that live near that racetrack or in that county that are filing complaints at Laguna Seca for them expanding their campgrounds, noise ordinance, increasing the amount of events that happen each year. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this whole situation. I don't know if anything's gonna happen. I hope nothing happens because it's one of my favorite racetracks. But when they interviewed the lawyers and stuff for the track, they said that they were pretty confident that they could beat this lawsuit. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, it just seems like it's becoming a trend in modern America now.
Wait, we're talking about the people who purposely moved next to a racetrack.
Yes.
And now they're suing Laguna Seca.
Yes.
I think that's all we need to say about that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I don't even think it deserves the light of day. To be honest with you.
What judge is gonna listen to that case anyway? Honestly.
Well, it's California, but
yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It looks well on my end. It's saying that my frames per second, my dropped frames are all fine.
You're good on stream right now. It looks like.
I don't know.
Sorry about that, guys. I have my fair share of issues too.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I might have to. Same people who are angry that they moved into the landing path, takeoff path of a major airport. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's like, what do you expect? It's like moving next to a dump and being like, it stinks all the time.
Or like, you know, moving to Chicago and be like, man, I get robbed all the time.
Yeah. Like, what do you expect? Oh, man.
Or why is there so much poop in the streets when you live in San Francisco?
Oh, man. California don't care. Whatever makes them money, they will do. Yeah, you're basically
That's right.
It's
That's
just
right.
a cesspool at this point. I feel bad for any racing fans that live in California. That just stinks, man. PSCLR or PSCRL is here. Jimmy 6 times.
Hey!
Welcome to the stream. Alrighty. We're already 20 something minutes in and we haven't even touched Rolex 24 yet. So I think that's where we should go with this podcast next year. All right, first I want to talk about the Pilot Challenge Series race. This one was on Friday, 4-hour race, the BMW Endurance Challenge. The number 39 BMW qualified on pole in Grand Sport, and this had a host of problems. I think they had the hood or the trunk lid detached there at one point. They got that fixed, and then they broke the right front suspension and assembly. Just the whole thing broke. It's just hanging down, coming down the back straight. It's just a terrible, terrible start to that race for them. That was one of the things I want to talk about. Another thing, the number 23 Supra, which we talked about here a couple weeks ago, actually. John Hunter Nemechek, Bubba Wallace, and Corey Heimer driving that car. They make their first driver swap for John Hunter Nemechek, and ends up stalling it on pit lane. He couldn't even get the damn thing in the gear. They lost like a lap and a half. The race was over. What the hell? John Hunter Nemechek, my guy. Well, you're making us making the NASCAR guys look bad. What the hell, man? He can't even put the thing in gear. Bonehead
in a
move of
pilot
the week.
race.
Bonehead move of the week.
In a pilot race.
Dude, he's sitting in there trying to put that thing in gear, and the announcers were trying not to laugh. Oh, it's priceless, man. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, and then the number 61 Audi was leading TCR, and then they had power issues. So really, anybody that was leading this race was having issues. And then in the TCR as well, right after the 61 broke from the lead, the second place driver, which Robert Wickens, had just taken control of the car. I don't know if it's an oil line. I don't know if the engine expired, but it just shot up a bunch of oil on the windshield, and their race was done. And the number 33 Hyundai was the team that was the champions last year. I mean, they had such a good season last year, and they get off to a terrible start here. Unbelievable.
What the timing though?
Yeah.
Of just finally getting the lead and then grenade.
Yeah. And then
terrible.
Especially after he just barely got in the car, he didn't even make a couple laps, and the thing was done. It's like, oh, so unfortunate. And then mainly the main thing I want to talk about with this race, it was a great race. There was so many battles, so many different strategies being played. But we get down to the final 10 minutes, and it turned into like one of those old school NASCAR like Pocono or Michigan races, or New Hampshire races, where it became a fuel strategy race. We saw like multiple leaders run out of fuel. You saw the number 96 BMW in Grand Sport, which was pretty much the favorite coming into the weekend. They were one of the best cars all week. They had to pit with about 9 minutes to go because they were not gonna make it on gas. Then the number 46 Aston Martin inherits the lead. They had to pit with like 3 minutes to go because they were out of gas. The number 92 BMW inherits the lead. They had to pit with 2 laps to go. Coming to get the white had to pit because they were running out of gas. And then the number 91 Porsche with Dickinson and McCarthy and Golan end up winning Grand Sport. Barely made it to the end on gas. They did a phenomenal job fuel saving there at the end to make it. They were out for what, like 28 laps on that final stint, longer than anybody else, and made it to the end. It was unbelievable. And then you also had in TCR the number 17 Audi with Taylor and Miller win. But the best part about the TCR race is right at the end of the race, you had second and third both run out of gas coming across the tri-oval, and it was like a snail's race for second.
Right?
It was so funny, dude. It was hilarious. They're like, can he get him? And then he starts sputtering. So yeah, that was a great race. Great way to kick off the Pilot Challenge Series. This was one of the most exciting series last year. I mean, it seemed like every race anybody could win. There was never really a clear favorite.
All I can remember is the or you know, the biggest thing I remember is the Indianapolis race when all the TCR front wheel drive cars were spinning out like 3 times a lap. Like, you couldn't even script that.
Yeah,
that takes some serious work, bro. That takes some serious work.
The final lap at Road Atlanta, or no, what was it, VIR, when everybody just started demolition derbying each other. It looked like a NASCAR COTA race where everybody starts taking each other out on the last lap. Oh man, so I'm super excited for the Pilot Challenge Series this year. I mean, it looks like it's off. Well, I mean, it is off to a good start. So we'll see how it progresses as we move on to the next round here. Alrighty, it's time to talk about the Rolex, or as Tom says, what is it? The Rolex 23 hours, 58 minutes.
58 minutes. 36 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. The
Oh,
Rolex 235836.
Which we'll talk about that more here in a minute. We've got some pretty heated discussions. I don't know if you saw that little intro clip at the beginning of the podcast. It'll play again at the end of the podcast, but that's pretty much all you need to know. We'll talk about that more here in a second. But going into the race, we saw the number 31 Cadillac on pole. That was my pick coming into the weekend. It's just because I'm a huge Pipo Derani fan. Tom had the 01 Cadillac, and in the first couple hours there, I mean, it was a battle between the two Cadillacs, right? I mean, they just looked unstoppable there for the first 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. They were swapping the lead back and forth. Sebastian Bourdais, Pipo Derani, they put Jack Aiken in for a while. They had Dixon run in there for a while. Just impressive. The pace that they had, they were way up ahead of the Acura and the Porsches. It was crazy. It really looked like they were the front runners to win this race. Major incident though, in the first hour, we had 2 cautions in the first hour. The first was when we saw the Lamborghini, the number 78 Lambo wreck, going through the Le Mans chicane. We also saw 3 of the LMP2 cars all sliding through the Le Mans chicane, like, I don't know, like 40 minutes into the race. It was impressive.
At first, I was like, man, is that Iron Lynx? That's embarrassing. But it wasn't. It was some other.
It was
team.
Forte.
I don't even remember who.
Yeah. It was
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
He demolished that car too. I mean, that was a pretty decent hit.
Yeah. Oh, very, very violent hit, man. Ended their race right away. I mean, it was crazy. And then right towards the end of the first hour, this is kind of a theme here, and the number 14 Vassar Sullivan, who was Tom's pick coming in, I did not disagree with him. They won the championship last year. It was like, this team was just fast. They're on a roll. They're leading the race, and an LMP2 car spins in front of them through the S's. Nowhere to go. Lands right in. I think it was Mike Conway was driving at the time, right in his lap. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What are your thoughts on that? On Vassar Sullivan. What did you say? You're like, I can't pick anymore? Like, your picks are going wrong? Or was something to that effect?
My whole Daytona 24 just derailed. All right. I can't even, like... there's no words to describe my fierce disappointment in how this race turned out. I mean, I can't even... We're gonna go on to talk about it a little bit more, right? But, it's just... I can't. It's painful to talk about, okay? It's just painful. I was doing so good, alright? And then Mickey Mouse BS took me out of every class. Every class. Except for the Iron Dames.
Yeah. I feel like that was just a pace issue, but yeah, so that ended the Vassar Sullivan's run right there. They had to go rebuild the car. They went back out, but multiple laps down. And then Justin Thomas doing Justin Thomas things. Ends up wrecking right there off of the Le Mans chicane. Ate that wall. I mean, tore it down, basically. Yeah. That was a hard lick. The biggest wreck of the night, or the whole weekend. And really, that was the last major wreck of the entire race. I mean, we got all the wrecks out of the way in the first 2 hours of this race, which was pretty crazy to think about in the long run. And then, yep, like I said, the caddies continued to battle throughout the early parts of the day. But then it was right when the sunset, you saw the Porsches kind of emerge as the favorites. It's particularly the number 7 Porsche with Nazar and Newgarden and Cameron. I mean, those guys were just on another level during the nighttime hours. Led pretty much all the way through the night. One team I want to talk about though, and I feel terrible because I picked them as my dark horse in LMP2. Oh my god, what a meme this team became. The Sean Creech Motorsports number 33 LMP2. What was happening? It didn't matter who was behind the wheel. Didn't matter what corner it was. what lap it was, how many laps they were down. These guys looked like absolute clowns in this race. I mean, comedy show. Absolute comedy show. It looked like what would happen. Never mind. I'll leave that. I was gonna say it would look like what would happen if you had Natalie Decker and Haley Deegan running an LMP2 program, but I feel like my chauvinism is showing, right?
You know what? Now would be a good time to go through comments.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. Kyle says Nashville is struggling with the same idiots though. Stupidity knows no bounds. It's facts. Facts. I live in Cali, sadly, says 51 Dragon. He also says you can't even make enough money to move out. Anything under 70K a year for income is considered low income in California. That's unbelievable.
That's yikes, bro.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kyle says we need Carl Edwards to regain our honor.
Yes.
Fans. Yeah. Oh man. Brian Underwood, PSCRL is here. Heck yeah.
Hey Brian.
Man. Thanks for tuning in tonight, man. Dragon says for perspective, you need to make at least $40 to $50 an hour to be side rail low income.
Considered.
Oh, considered. Okay. Considered low income and minimum wage $15 an hour. Oh yeah, okay, he corrected it right there. Kyle says serious statement from me. I really with the Le Mans Camaro had a run in the Rolex would have been a phenomenal addition to the
I have a theory about this. All right. So that Garage 56 entry, I think we're actually going to get more in Le Mans this year. I think that's confirmed. But I think that's going to be something else that's brewing. I think there's going to be possibly a new series with that road racing car, or it's going to be considered like a open stock car class.
Can you imagine Ford if they built one to compete?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
That would be awesome.
I don't think you'll see Toyota do it, but I think you could definitely see Ford and Chevy battle it out. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
For sure.
Alrighty. And then through the night hours. So then when we get into the end of the race, which is what we live streamed for you, we'll cover the finish here. In the number 1 Paul Miller BMW, hour 21, they were running P2 at the time, only 15 seconds behind first place. Had some brake issues, ran over another car. I can't even remember who it was at the time. Came in, fixed the brake issues. Then they got the what was it, the can't remember now. Was it the tire that got stuck on the lug got stuck, or what was it exactly? I can't remember exactly now.
They cross-threaded the caliper bolts.
That's it. Yes. Yes, that's it. They had one job.
Oh my god.
I mean, when they brought it in to change the brakes, I was like, yes, it's probably necessary, but you're that close to winning the Rolex. I don't know. I just felt like maybe they should just stuck it out and just continued on with the bad.
That's a hard pill to swallow, man. That is a hard pill to swallow.
Unfortunate. That was my dark horse to win, so that kind of stinks that happened. And then just as poetry or any good book goes, when your pick in loot wrecks out in the first hour, your next pick has to wreck out in the final hour, and that's exactly what we saw. And they didn't even wreck out; the car caught on fire. And then Thompson, who qualified the car, was the former spotter that we talked about last week. He jumps out of the car with a fire extinguisher, and ultimate Chad mode puts this thing out by himself. Unbelievable!
What a Chad!
What an absolute Chad, man! That dude needs a raise.
Yeah, big facts.
Man. And then we get to the end of this race, and it's a battle. After that incident with the Vasser Sullivan 12, we had a caution late in this race, probably 20-something minutes to go in the race when we get back to green. The 7 Porsche actually beat the 31 Cadillac off of pit lane, takes the lead, and holds on to win this race. But hold up! Wait a minute! Something ain't right. As we're going so we get the 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes to go when they go across the line, and they're going through the S's, and then they put up a graphic, two to go. So we go from like a little over 3 minutes to go to a graphic that says 2 to go, just minutes or seconds later. Then we continue the rest of the lap. They cross the line with 2 to go, and they throw the checkered. They throw the damn checkered. 2 to go. What is going on here? What is going on here, Tom? What is happening in this race? I mean, what are we doing? This is clownery at the fullest extent of the word.
The Rolex 23/58/36.
Unbelievable.
What? I want to know what Scott Pruitt said. That's what an absolute disgrace. I mean, for real. What?
Unbelievable.
We're already starting the year of 2024 off with some insane headlines. I mean, did you see that the GTD class actually won overall? Did you see that?
I did. That's hilarious, dude.
By 1 second. 24 hours and 1 second. They finished that race in. Overall leader won the race. I don't care what nobody says. The GTD winner won overall.
I agree, 100%. I mean, what buffoonery. I mean, we or I guess Tom started this whole Big Daddy NASCAR. Big Daddy NASCAR trying to run everything, be everybody's big daddy here, make all these big executive rules. Well, we have a new one now. BDI, Big Daddy IMSA. And now that I say that, go to our merch store now. Go check out all of our new merch. We got some Big Daddy IMSA gear in our merch store now. We also got BDI for all you new members. You do, what is it, semicolon, capital B, capital D, capital I, semicolon. You get that awesome little BDI emblem you can put in the chat at any time. Yeah. BDI. BDI, Big Daddy IMSA. Unfreaking believable. I can't believe that. I still can't believe it. I think after the race, if you watched the watch party with us, we were in shock for like 2 minutes after the race. Even the team was in shock. That's what gets me the most, is even the team was in shock. You saw Newgarden and Cameron, they're just standing there. They don't even know the race is freaking over, man. Like, what is going on?
It was like 5 minutes after the race, they finally said, oh yeah, the Penske Porsche won. And they didn't even compete for 24 hours.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Unbelievable. I can't believe
painful.
That. And this is my point here, is we had an amazing Rolex 24. The first 2 hours were a little rough there with all the cautions and wrecks, but after we got to hour 3 to hour 23, 58, 24 was freaking amazing. I mean, one of the best races I've ever seen. I mean, it was insane with the battles we had throughout the day. A lot of the top guys had a lot of reliability issues, which you expect, and it was a little bit of a shakeup. And then by the end of the race, really some of the best cars surfaced back to the front of the field, and it was phenomenal. I mean, yes, maybe the 31 Cadillac couldn't have beat the 7, and that's not the point. And I hate that people bring that up as a point, because the point is it's integrity, man. Run the distance of the race. Yeah, but finish it out.
Look, let's also take into account that Penske Porsche, or Porsche Penske, would have had another opportunity to screw it all up. I think that's the biggest point that really could be brought away from this, is that Porsche Penske, or I'm sorry, Penske Porsche, whatever the PP, had the opportunity to screw it all up in one more lap. One more lap. The whole race could have changed. I mean, we could have seen a battle for GTD Pro, or no, not GTD, sorry, no, It was GTD, not GTD Pro, because Reese won.
GT.
LMP2 was kind of there. I mean, something could have happened though.
Yeah,
something could have happened is what I'm getting to, and we were robbed of an opportunity.
Yeah, well, especially for those other classes, because they had the potential of 2 more laps. I mean, really?
Yes.
Or a lap in 3/4. I mean, there's a lot can happen in that amount of time. I mean, yes, it was just a stain to a fantastic race. I mean, unbelievable. What an amazing race just for it to be stained like that. And then the drama. I mean, we're setting up for an amazing season with the drama we've already seen so far. I mean, all year the drama has just been building up. And I mean, I'm just waiting to see what the next thing Denny Hamlin's going to cry about, or the next thing that is going to happen at Call League. I mean, I don't even know what's Zach Brown thinking right now? Zach Brown's like, hold my beer, watch this. He's going to do the craziest announcement tomorrow. Like,
I think he needs to focus more on his GTD side, because they absolutely sucked.
They were terrible. They were garbage, dude. It was bad. Oh man. It's unbelievable. I don't even know. But anyway, GTP winners are Porsche Penske with Nazar, Campbell, Newgarden, and Cameron. Era Motorsports in the number 18 with Rasmussen, Merriman, Dalziel, and Zilich win LMP2. The number 62 Risi Ferrari with Pierre Guidi, Collado, Serra, and Rigon win in GTD Pro. And then the number 57 Windward Mercedes, which I think is one of the coolest stories. I think this is freaking awesome with Morad, Ward, Ellis, and Dante. They win GTD. What an awesome. They showed that camera view of Morad in the driver's seat after the race, and he was just balling, man. He was having a moment, dude. That was freaking awesome, dude. That's fairy tale stuff right there. I mean, especially with the amount of stints that he ran, and then the final stint. I mean, that's awesome. I'm so happy for him.
iRacing driver.
Yeah,
it's great to see some of the sim racers who probably don't have opportunities as kids to prove themselves on a sim like that, get noticed, move up. It's great for the sim racing community for sure.
Yeah, I agree. So big stuff there at the Rolex weekend. Make sure you guys go get yourself some Big Daddy IMSA gear now. It's out in the shop or in our merch store. So go pick you up some of that swag. I got my Big Daddy IMSA hat coming in the mail right now. I actually ordered that last night, so can't wait to wear that on next week's podcast. Before we move on to previewing the Busch Light Clash this weekend, we are going to go over our infamous driver and bonehead of the week selections for this week. They're back. I've been waiting for this segment for a while now. I'm so glad it's back. We did one driver of the week, but not a bonehead yet. So, drivers of the week this week is Connor Zilich winning LMP2. 17-year-old, bright future ahead of him. Every time he got behind the wheel, he increased the gap in the lead. So, what an impressive drive that he did this weekend.
And he had to go to high school on Monday.
Yeah, exactly. He goes out, runs in both the Mazda MX-5 Cup races, ran really well there. Wins the Rolex 24. He's gonna be flexing on him with that Rolex,
dude, for real.
High school yesterday. So yeah, that's a pretty awesome story. Also, I want to, like I just mentioned about Daniel Morad, I want to shout him out. The iRacing driver with his final stint there. Absolutely let nothing get in his way. GTD was the closest battle on track other than GTP. And I think GTD was a little closer than GTP at the end there, my opinion. It just seemed like it was not secured, and there was still about 4 or 5 cars. There was 7 cars on the lead lap at the end of that race that had a chance to win with that final restart. And he muscled up and got her done. So impressive run. Super happy for him. And then also, I want to shout these guys out because I don't think anybody predicted this. They ran in the top 5 all damn race, dude. Proton, dude. Unbelievable.
My one pick that finished the race.
Unbelievable. They finished P5.
GG's.
Unbelievable. I can't believe it. I think it's a great story. And I'll talk about that more here in a second.
Yeah.
But they're looking pretty good in the points too. And then Bonehead move of the week, Justin Thomas for doing Justin Thomas things, crashing out of the Le Mans chicane. Also, I'm going to nominate every driver that drove for Sean Creech Motorsports in the LMP2 car this weekend. Great entertainment and half the cautions. And then also I'm going to nominate John Hunter Nemechek for not being able to find a gear. Professional NASCAR driver, by the way. Can't find a gear in a GT car.
Cup Series driver.
I mean, Cups, yeah. Unbelievable. Alrighty, and then we'll talk about the IMSA point standings. This might not be 100% correct because IMSA hasn't put them out officially, so I did a little bit of that mathematications or whatever you want to say. So the points total I came out to, if all my math is correct, the number 7 Porsche is leading the points with 380. That's Nazar and Campbell. And then the number 31 Cadillac is second with Durrani and Aiken. They're 25 back. And then third is Delatraz and Taylor in the 40 Acura, and they are 54. I believe that's correct. I might be a little off, but for the most part, I'm 95% confident that's the point standings. Alrighty. What's next? All right, let's do it. Let's just preview the Cup race this weekend. Busch Light Clash, the Coliseum. Notable entries this weekend. We know Josh Williams will be in the number 16 colleague entry, and Kaz Gralla, or no, it's definitely got to be Kaz Gralla. There's no way it's anybody else, right? I mean, who the else is going to be in that 15 car? There's nothing announced. They don't have an entry list. I'm just kind of assuming it's going to be Kaz Gralla in that Rickware 15. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Alrighty. Favorites, dark horses, what to expect. Same old from last year, bringing it back. Call me a homer. I'm a homer. I am a homer. Alrighty. Missed this race in 2022. Didn't qualify in. One of the heavy hitters that didn't make this race because of happened to be in the wrong heat race that turned into a wreck fest. Then he comes out last year, qualifies up front, runs up front, was the only guy that was able to make the outside line work. Not a good short track racer, but I just have a feeling he's going to have an absolute bounce back Chad type year. Alex Bowman wins the Clash this year. I wanted to say Kyle Busch. I really did. I feel like that would be the next pick if I was to pick two, but I can't pick two. I got to pick one. I'm going with Alex Bowman. I think this is his year. They're going to fire off on all cylinders. And it seems like if they start off the year like they did last year and then minus the injuries and all that shenanigans, I think he's going to be just fine. This year. And I just want to see all the haters get proven wrong. I mean, holy cow. I've never seen so many haters for somebody that doesn't say anything. And doesn't wreck people. It's unbelievable. Oh my goodness. And then my dark horse here, I have to do it. I love this guy, man. This guy is an absolute Chad of a race car driver. I think he's going to surprise and shock the absolute world this year. Carson Hocevar, man. How could you not take Carson Hocevar? I mean, as a dark horse. I think if you don't take any Spire vehicle right now at the beginning of the season as a dark horse without knowing anything that's going to happen this season or any trends, I think Spire is a perfect dark horse. The money they invested, the sponsors they have, the drivers they have, minus Corey LaJoie, they are going to be an absolute dark horse team to root for. The sponsorship's there. I feel like the equipment's there, the investment's there. And yeah, I just think Carson Hocevar is the next big thing in NASCAR, and I'm excited to see what he does this weekend of the Clash. And I mean, it's one of those races, right, where you're gonna wreck your grandma to win, you know. And who's the guy that's gonna do that besides Chastain? It's Hocevar, man. Hocevar will do some crazy stuff to make it into the show and be the show, you know. What's the old adage? Steering wheel or the trophy? That's Hocevar for you right there. That's why I'm picking him. That's my dark horse. All right, Tom.
All right, I just want to put this out here real quick. Jay and I, we make our picks completely separate from each other. Jay doesn't know who I'm picking. I don't know who's Jay's picking. And so, but I want to say that because Jay made 2 comments towards a favorite driver and a dark horse, and they're my freaking picks, man. So,
Great minds think
so
alike, right?
yeah. So, and everything is done pre-stream, like nothing is scripted at all. But my favorite driver is Kyle Busch. And specifically just because for somebody who could just go out there and light the world on fire, it's going to be Kyle. And I think that's one of my main goals that I haven't talked about, but that I would really like is for Kyle Busch to be in the 3 car, because I would just love to see the tears flow in the NASCAR community. I just would. And I would be the #1 Kyle Busch supporter. I'd wear a number 3 with Kyle Busch's face, you know,
Yes.
3 Chi, Kyle Kush, whatever, you know. I would. I'd wear it all the time. But I think that hopefully with a good race like this, we start seeing the downfall of Austin Dillon and the upgrade from the number 8 car to the number 3 car for Kyle Busch. I think it starts at the Busch class. I know that's kind of far-fetched, but it's just what I want. So for my dark horse, which is just insane as well, because we were just talking about how good Spire is to be the ultimate dark horse, I'm going with Zane Smith. And you can look. I'm gonna agree with everything Jay said. I'm also gonna add this: you cannot look at any driver lineup in, I don't know, 10 years, the past 10 years, and see a better rookie group coming into NASCAR. It's just not there. You got Zane Smith, Hocevar, John Hunter Nemechek. Oh wait, well no, John.
Well,
Hunter's
I
not.
mean, technically. I mean, you got to even throw Gregson in the list too, because he didn't even run a full season.
Yeah, that's right.
Nemechek ran 1 full season, but I mean, really, it's technically his rookie year. I mean, and then you and also throw Kaz Grall in at part time. Now we got Josh Williams. I mean, it's crazy what we got going on.
Yeah,
entering NASCAR.
Yeah, so,
Josh Berry's in there now. I mean,
yeah, Josh Berry
just goes on and on. I mean, it's crazy.
And yeah, and you can't say that like Spire doesn't have the driver talent, because they do. But with that, I and I don't know about you, Jay, but I'd kind of like to make my rookie of the year prediction. And,
let's do it. Let's do it right now.
I'm going with Zane Smith. I'm going with Zane Smith.
I'm going Hocevar, and that's just because I want to be a little different. But I agree. I love Zane Smith, man. I do. I love him a lot, dude. I honestly I did write down Zane Smith first. That's the first pick that I had. I was like, Zane Smith. And then I was like, no, Zane Smith's a little cleaner of a driver than that. I think it takes a little bit more aggression at the Coliseum. And I think Hocevar is not going to hold any punches. So that's the only reason I kind of went the other way there. But if you don't
think Hocevar has it, just turned on 2023 Phoenix Championship race. The Truck Series. If you don't think he has it, you're wrong.
No doubt. He'll do whatever it takes. Oh, man. Alrighty, and then one more thing I wanted to talk about here before we get into the spin wheel. Super excited for that. NASCAR Fantasy this year. Last year, me and Tom did a little bit of a miniature league there. We started it before we even started this YouTube channel, to be honest, and then we kind of carried it on through the year. But this year, we want to open it up to the people of this YouTube channel. So I'm going to put a community post here after the podcast. I'm going to see what kind of interest there is in maybe having a potential fantasy league with the Dega Boys Broadcasting Network this year. So if you guys are interested, just make sure to leave a comment saying, hey, I would like to be a part of your fantasy league. And then when we get that option available to us, we'll send everybody a link so you can all sign up and join our weekly fantasy battle, whatever you want to claim it to be. It'll be pretty fun, little interaction thing. And we might potentially do one for Formula One as well. Thinking about it. So,
yeah.
So if you guys are interested in doing a Formula One fantasy as well, put that in the comments of that community post as well, and maybe we can make that happen as well. Alrighty, I think it's time that we do our spin wheel. So we are going to be giving away a Dega Boys t-shirt to one of our public subscribers on our channel. I've got all of the names of every public subscriber that we've had to this point on a wheel, and we're going to spin it for you guys now, actually. actually. Let me pull up the scene here. Alrighty. Here it is. I'm gonna shuffle it up. How many times should I shuffle this, Tom? What's a good number? 15 times, something like that?
Well, all right. Let's do, all right, let's do 3 for Dale. 3 for Dale.
Alright, we're gonna shuffle it 3 times. 3 for Dale. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. We're gonna spin it. Here we go. Best of luck to everybody.
Come on.
John Skinner.
John
I don't even know if you're tuned in here, but we will get in contact with you. And get
Congratulations!
Free t-shirt. Heck yeah, congratulations. Thanks for being subscribed to our channel. Publicly subscribed. Thanks to everybody that was on that entire spin wheel there. We appreciate every single one of you guys. It means the absolute world to us that we have so many subscribers. Our channel has just grown like a flower on a photosynthesis day, man.
You're talking like that hippie lady in Portland.
No, I live too close to Portland. That's my problem. Oh man. Yes. So yes, thanks to everybody. It means the absolute world. Kyle, my guy. Holy cow. That just made my entire week right there, man. That is just insane.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't even know what to say. Thank you, man.
I don't either.
It's so awesome.
Unbelievable how far we've gone. And the community we've grown. Like it's just amazing. When we first started this channel, I know me and Tom just did this on a whim, and we were like, man, 5 years from now, we might have like 500 subscribers. Maybe, we're gonna try. Maybe it'll happen, and I don't know, it just grew so fast, and we couldn't have done any of this without all of you fine people that have come and watch our content. And all the people that have given us opportunities, all of our partners, all the great broadcasted races that we do, all the league owners that give us these opportunities, the drivers and all the iRaces that we've covered so far. I mean, putting on great content. I mean, we can only do as good as what the drivers on track put together, and we've just had the fortunate luck to be able to call the best iRacers on the platform on a weekly basis, and it's just been incredible to watch these guys race and battle it out, and it gives us just awesome opportunities for these great memorable moments that we get to share with everybody watching on YouTube, and it's amazing. I can't believe it. And then have this podcast on a Tuesday where we can come and just talk racing, That's what me and Tom love to do. We used to do this all the time without the cameras on. Now the cameras are on, and here we are. It's unbelievable. Yep. Oh, man. So, it's awesome. Just a great journey that we've been on, and we're on the road now for, I don't know, just on the road to keep growing. Just keep building this community. There's a lot of goals that me and Tom...
Happy to be here.
Exactly. Me and Tom have a lot of goals we've been discussing over the last few weeks, last few days, really, ever since our channel kind of just took off and increased in such a high amount. We've got a lot of video ideas in the pipeline, a lot of content we want to make. We just want to keep making more and more and more and better content. Like we just want to keep doing this, man, like forever. I mean, I love doing this. This is the dream, man. Like being able to talk about my favorite thing in the world, which is racing, with my best friend Tom on Tuesdays, and they get to call races. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like blessed, absolutely blessed to have this opportunity, and blessed to have a great community with us as well. And it keeps getting bigger. I mean, Kyle, my guy, bring in some more cool fans to our YouTube platform, and we hope you guys are enjoying the content and enjoy the future content we have to come out as well. Alrighty. I don't know. Is there anything else I missed tonight, Tom? Anything else you want to talk about here?
I'm just. I don't even know what to say.
It's crazy.
This has been an amazing night. It's not even been a year that we've been on here. And what's crazy is just the stuff we normally would talk about. we just stream it, and
Yeah.
it's really cool. It's really cool. So, but you know, we've got a lot of leagues coming up, guys. We've got NSR is starting back up. Nexus is starting back up. We've got some great new graphics coming for you guys with the overlays. Big thank you to Steven for all that help there and what he does for us. This year we're gonna be celebrating 1 year of broadcasting, 1 year of podcasting. So lots of cool stuff to come. We still got Dega games. We're actively planning that like every day. Still in constant contact with the King of Camo, Conservative Guns and Armor. It's just gonna be really really fun. So there's content for that coming out. We got back markers this week. We've got PSCRL this week. Both back markers on Thursday, PSCRL on Saturday. Just another action-packed night, both nights with those guys. So lots of fun to be had there. Look, we've had some great turnouts in the comments there. Some awesome things to talk about there. We had a great turnout for our watch party. Lots of people came out and commented on that. That was lots of fun. Talking to you guys it's just so much fun. I really enjoy it. But yeah, just keep a heads up on the broadcasting. Jay, I actually think it's a great idea to post schedules. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about that either. That's a great idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We'll post those schedules so you guys can keep tabs on everything.
Yeah.
That's upcoming.
Yeah.
I try to schedule all of the race streams at least like close to a week ahead of time. So if you do browse through the channel, you can see an upcoming stream. And then yes, like Tom said with the watch party, great turnout. Holy cow, that was so much fun. We're having another one of those here in February for the Daytona 500. So stay tuned to this channel. We're going to have at least one watch party a month, maybe two, maybe three. We just have to see how everything plays out scheduling wise and what's going on. But we're going to have a minimum of one watch party a month for the rest of this year. So I can't wait to bring those actions to you. And we're started off with the Rolex. We're going to move on and we're going to do the Daytona 500 next. And then after that, we're going to open it up to you guys to vote like we did last year. And you guys get to decide what we do for our watch parties. So that'll be fun.
Heck yeah.
Also, next week for the podcast, episode 55, we're going to be recapping everything from the Busch Light Clash. There is, I believe, no mainstream races the week of the after that, but we will be previewing a little bit of the Daytona 500 stuff, maybe talk about qualifying, maybe give you some little interesting stuff. Maybe we'll bring Jared on and do something. We haven't really fully decided what we're going to do, but definitely going to be a recap show for the Busch Light Clash, and then we'll have a bunch of other great content to talk about with you guys as well. Can't wait for that. Oh, looks like we got Racing Lights Production. What's up, guys? Congrats on the 1K. Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
We had a lot of great stuff that we talked about here tonight as we're winding this thing down. Yep, Tom's touched on the broadcasting side of things, podcast, watch parties. We did our spin wheel. Talked about our merch. Gonna have some fantasy leagues that we're gonna bring up to you guys as well. So I'll leave you with, make sure to go and follow us on all of our socials. We have our X, our Facebook, our TikTok, and our Patreon. There's a lot of content there for you guys as well. Super shout out now that we have more members, we got to get this right. So anybody else that wants to join our membership program, like Bobby Dennis, Kyle Hendricks, J90278, Will Kingler, 51 Dragon, and Dallas Seawert are all members of our channel. We appreciate you guys. Absolutely means the world to all of us here at the Dega Boys Broadcasting. Helps us make this awesome, great content. And if you guys want to join a membership just like these fine folks, you will also get shout outs in all of our broadcasts as well. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, your continued support, and joining us on this wild journey as we continue onward here into 2024. The best time to be a racing fan is right now. We are entering the golden era of motorsports, and I am here for it. I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to bring you some more great content. Again, go check out our merch store. Go check out Dubby. Go buy you a Tubby Dubby. They help us out a little bit as well. And all of the proceeds from our store, our merch, our sponsorship deals, all that goes back to help us keep making great content for you guys here on YouTube and keep pumping out just amazing content all the time. That's all I want to do. Just keep making more great content for you guys. It's an absolute dream. So, I think that's it. I think that's it, Tom. I think we covered it here tonight. Here, episode 54 Full Set and Half Mast Podcast. We will see you guys all on Thursday for another broadcast. With that being said, have a great rest of your night. We'll catch you on the next one.
See y'all.